All right, guys. So let's get started here. I see a lot of people have joined in, and here we go. We are starting up with presentation, and we will be covering all the important aspects of helping you rank your content and outsmart Google algorithm. And with every factor that I talk about, I will show you in detail how you can overcome that particular factor, which is very much important on how you can, make your content, make sure that your content ranks. So let's quickly go ahead. And this is the first slide, outsmart Google. And now let's look into the first factor affecting the first factor that you need to consider to make sure that you outsmart Google. So here you go, search intent. Craft outlines that align with the search intent of your audience. Now, how you do that? So, uh, you know, as you know, like you, me, everyone here, whenever we want to get some information, we usually search, not all the time, but maybe a lot of time we search a question. We search a question on Google. And maybe it's a question or a sentence. Somehow we are looking for an answer. So directly or indirectly, we are writing something, we are searching something in a form of a question and eventually trying to get an answer from it and trying to get knowledge out of it. So how you will craft your outlines that will align with the search intent of your audience. Let's look into it. So before I start, simply guys, as I always do, please give me any keyword or topic that you would like to see the live demonstration. So just type in your topic or keyword in the chat, and I will start with that particular topic by creating altogether a new document. Come on, guys, quickly. And if someone needs this document that I create, it will be, yeah, here you go. So I have something called electrical permits. No, permits. All right. So electrical permits. So this is the dashboard that you see right now where you see all your documents. You can club them up in folders and organize everything. You can also see your uh, content workflow. So let's say you're working in a team with more than one user and who is doing one or the other work in content creation, whether it's optimization part or whether it's editing part or whether it's publishing part. You can see all of it here, like who is under what status right now, which document is done, published, or which is under optimization status. You can check all of it and you can see which person is working on which particular topic and which particular document. So let's quickly go ahead and let's go to my documents where I click on new document here. And outranking provides three different types of documents. First is SEO brief. So let's say you have a bunch of writers who are writing content for you manually or maybe using a couple of tools, and they would like to know that what all needs to be included, what all needs to be added in your content, which will help you to optimize your content, by the time they start writing. So this is SEO brief, which you can just give it to your writers and they will exactly know what all they need to include, like in the form of outlines, NLP terms, related keywords, competitive analysis of top 20 ranking pages, the word count, the audience intent, the search intent, everything. So all you need to do is just give the brief and they will exactly know how to write the content and how to make content optimized from the very beginning. Second one is AI assisted SEO writing, which is the most popular one, wherein you can simply create the entire content from scratch by creating title, outlines, then generating, already SEO optimized first draft, and then optimizing it further and then simply publishing it. And the third one is optimize existing content. So let's say you have a web page or even a content on a document that you would like to audit, you would like to check what's wrong with it, and you would like to quickly update it, improve it, and that's where optimize existing content workflow come into place. If you have a web page, you can simply add the URL here, add the primary keyword topic, and create new document. This will import the content from that your web page and it will analyze it, audit it, and it will compare it with the top 20 ranking pages and will give you all the suggestions which will help you to outrank your competitors. So let's say you have a content in your document, you can simply leave the URL field empty and then just paste the content once you're on the editor. So let's quickly go ahead and start with AI assisted SEO writing. And our topic is electrical permits. And before I create document, let's look into advanced settings where Outranking supports around 11 languages that you can use to generate content, optimize content. And location is something which is very important. And make sure you put up the right location, the targeted audience that you are trying to reach out, put up the location of that particular audience. It can be a city, state, or a country. Doesn't matter. If you're doing local SEO, if you are giving local services, you can put up a city as well, and you can just select from the drop down. And accordingly, Outranking will go into SERP and collect information of top 20 ranking pages from this particular location that you have added here. So let's quickly go ahead and click on electrical permits and start creating new document. Now this will take maybe 10 to 20 odd seconds, where outranking will go into SERP, collect information from top 20 ranking pages, analyze it, and it will give you all the information one by one, which will help you to outrank them. So just hold on tight for maybe 10 more seconds. What would the tags have been? So tags is something wherein it's for your own understanding and for your own organized way of looking into your documents. So you can just tag them, and according to the tags, you can filter out your documents. So it's just for your use case only. So here we are. Now we are currently on the first step of the workflow, that is title. And this is the workflow. And workflow has 5 simple steps. All you need to do is just follow the workflow steps. Currently, we are on the title step, and Outranking has generated some intent-driven unique titles for you automatically. So these are not rewritten. These are not, copy-pasted. These are absolutely newly written titles, which meets the search intent of the content you're trying to write. So these are the keywords that you need to target in your title. Select the one that makes sense to you, and you will see that how many keywords you are targeting. So the requirement is for minimum, and you are targeting 8 keywords. So you are targeting almost every keyword here, and that's great. So if this title works for you, you can simply use this one. You can edit it here as well if you want to, by just editing with your keyboard. In case if you're not satisfied with any of the titles, you can generate more titles as well. Usually keep your title anywhere in between 50 to 60 characters, or maybe 40 to 60 characters, not above that. 61 is still fine, but don't go way above that, like 65 or 70. And yeah, so once you select the title, okay, before I go there, these are the ranking pages. So these are your competitors. Along with that, you will see what sort of title they have for this particular topic. So you will get an idea what sort of titles your competitors are writing. And on your title selection, you can move forward. Once you select the title, Outranking will automatically identify what sort of web page you're trying to write here. So it says web page type informative blog post. So on the basis of your selection, Outranking automatically identifies what sort of web page you're trying to write. You can click here and see all sort of pages that Outranking writes for you. Like it can be e-commerce product page, blog post, local business service page, a blog about a food recipe, blog with best products, blog with comparing products, blog about a product alternative, and even landing page. You can change this if you want to from here. And on the basis of the selection, Outranking will generate altogether new search intent driven outlines for you. So this is something very, very important that we need to look into as per our presentation as well. And the first topic that we are covering up here, that is search intended outlines. So let's go ahead and click on outline. And now we are on the second step of the workflow, that is outline. You can minimize, maximize your workflow tab from here. And now outranking will generate some intent-driven unique outlines using research and keywords automatically for you. So these outlines are curated absolutely in a new way. They are not rewritten. Also, they are created in a way which matches the search intent of audience. So you will relate with it. Like you will understand, like, it's talking sense and it's talking exactly the way you want. So let's look into it. Introduction to electrical permits and inspections. Importance of being code compliant. Overview of permitting process. Steps to acquire your electrical permit, identifying when a permit is needed, applying for a residential electrical permit, types of electrical inspection unpacked, rough inspection, final inspection checklist, hiring a professional versus DIY electrical work. Who can legally do residential electrical work, the risk of DIY electrical installation, preparing for your electrical inspection, online services simplifying the process, purchasing permits, after inspection, next steps. So it's covering almost everything that you need to talk about. And lastly, outranking will always come up with FAQs because that is something very important when you're writing a blog post or even a service page. Make sure that you are adding FAQs because that is going to really help to be up there on your ranking page because if your FAQs are apt and uniquely created, people are going to search and get to those FAQs via your article. So make sure that you have FAQs at the bottom. And let me show you something very interesting here. So let's say, for example, the risk of DIY electrical installation. Let me remove this H3 from here. And let's say if you want to add something of your own, you can click on add H2 and that will help you to add your custom H2 here. Let's say you want to add the risk of DIY electrical installation, but you are not sure what sort of subtopics to cover in this particular topic. You can click on H3 ideas and Outranking will generate some H3 ideas for you on the basis of the H2 that you have added. Here you go. Risk of electrical fires, risk of electrocution and serious injury, risk of failing future inspections due to non-compliance with codes, risk of voiding human insurance policies, long-term financial risk due to faulty workmanship, risk of legal consequences for unpermitted work. So unpermitted work, sorry. So yeah, it's talking sense, right? Like it's covering almost everything that you need to talk about. And that this is one way of doing things. And you will see that the requirement of outline is 3 to 10 while we have 24. So we have a lot of outlines. As I said, like outranking will generate outlines from 360 perspective, like it will try and add everything. So what you need to do is, all you need to do is just remove things that you don't need it at all. So let's say we remove few outlines so that we can quickly generate a first draft. Let's say I remove few more. All right, and FAQs. All right, let's remove online services as well. And now we have 13 headings altogether. That's fine. So you have to be in this range, but you can go a little bit overboard. That's fine. Like requirement is 3 to 10 outlines only altogether. So try to be in that range. But yeah, even if you have 12, 13, 14, that's fine. But don't put up 15 or maybe 18, 20. Try to be in that range, and that is going to definitely help you. Now, this is something very important because what people do is they make a mistake on the outline step. And I always say that outline step is very important and where you need to spend most of your time. Make sure that you have perfect apt outlines, not more, not less. Everything that you want to include, just put only those things here. Because on the basis of this, the content that is going to be generated, you will have to do a very less work by editing it and not going through all the content and then remove one thing at a time. So make sure that you have perfect outlines here. And on the left side, you will see that these are the keywords that you need to try and target in your outline. The target is 9 plus, you are targeting 10. You can click on see more and you will see all the keywords that you need to try and target in your outline. Now let's say something if you want to add somewhere like permit for electricity. I'm just showing you an example here. I'm no expert of this topic, but yeah, so steps to acquire your electrical permit. Let me just add a custom H2, or let's say permit for applying for residential permit for electricity. Electricity. I'm very bad with spellings. And now you see I'm targeting permit for electricity and I'm targeting 12 keywords now instead of 10. So this is something that you can do. You can edit your outline right from here and add more important keywords. But yes, don't force yourself. Don't try to add things which doesn't match your use case. Only try to add things which really matters. And one more thing, like you can change the sequence of it by just dragging and dropping it and make sure that you have the perfect sequence, the way you want to show it to your users. So that is something important. And now let's look into the next part here. Below, you can see the ranking pages. And these are all the top 20 ranking pages that are already ranking for this particular keyword, that is electrical permits. And if you click on expand all, you will see what they are writing in the form of outlines. So if you like something and if you would like to add it in your outline, you can simply click here and that will be added to your outline at the bottom. And you can rephrase it, and this way you can make your own, and this way you're not missing out on anything that your competitors have. So you can try and add things which your competitors are using, but you're not using it. And also you can club them up wherever you want to, or you can just put it up as a new, H2 as well. Now, moving forward, let's look into our presentation here. So we talked about crafting outlines that align with the search intent of your audience, and you make edits to your outline, make sure they are in align with your intent of serving the right audience. And once that is done, the next step is spa is gold. People also ask. People usually don't consider this information, this particular topic, more relevant, but this is something which is very important in today's time, especially with so many updates that Google is coming up again and again. This is something which is very important. Utilize spark questions to secure top searches and try to be unique with your answers. Now, this is something very interesting. So let's go back here and you will see a questions tab here. Click on it. And these are all the important questions that people are usually searching on Google. So these are the popular questions. If you like any of it, if they make sense to you, you simply click on this icon and this will be added to your outline. You can simply add them up in your FAQ section by clubbing them up by dragging and dropping it. Or you can look into it and you can add whatever makes sense to you and then just club it up with FAQs. But these are the important questions that you can add if they make sense to you. Like if they don't make sense to you, simply ignore it, but don't try to force it on your web page. So this is something very important. Now, when we talk about adding questions, but when we say that try to be unique with your answers. So let's say, of course, like, you are the way you are adding these questions, many other people would be adding the same questions. There is a possibility who's writing on the same topic, right? So it is very important that you don't just put up things, just give answers, in a generic manner, but try to be little unique with your FAQs answers. So try to put up stats, try to put up a testimonial, or try to put up things which gives guarantee or which shows that your answers are more trustworthy than in comparison with others. So you can put up examples in your answers, you can put up statistics, or you can even put up a table if it's required, but try to be little different in your FAQs rather than just using the random traditional method of just giving answer to the question. That is not going to help in this age. Like, this is something that everyone is doing. Like, how you're going to stand out. So try to give some additional information to your readers, to your users, rather than just giving the normal information by so try to add table, questions, examples in your answers, or maybe testimonials, or something which shows after and before, or try to write something in a unique manner. That's what I'm trying to say here. So once we are done with the questions tab, let's look into the next part of our presentation, and that is background research. So let me put it up this way. So, even if you're writing all by yourself, you will definitely do some research first. Like, you will go into Google, you will search certain terms or maybe ask some questions and get some knowledge, gain some knowledge. And on the basis of the knowledge that you have gained, you will start writing the content, right? And that's what the background research is all about, right? So you are adding information to your brain, and on the basis of the information that you have collected, you are writing the content. Same goes with the AI as well. If you want to generate content which is of superior quality, a lot of people miss out on this point. But I always say that spend most of your time on the outline step, because there are 3 to 4 different factors which we cover under the outline step of the workflow here. And how you will put up custom background research. So customize and automate RAG for superior quality output. RAG, if you don't know about RAG, like it's retrieval augmented generation. So when I say RAG, it's a combination of predefined background research, predefined data, and combine along with that, it also considers natural language processing. So it's a combination of generating content using a predefined content or background research or data, whatever you said. Along with that, it writes in a natural language processing way. So it's a combination of two technology wherein it will help you to generate content which is of superior quality. So automate RAG for superior quality output. Now, how we do that here? So there is an option here, add URLs. So let me tell you this, that outranking takes into consideration background research as default for the top 20 ranking pages which are already ranking. So you have a solid background research already in place. But let's say, unfortunately, there are a couple of URLs which have really good content on electrical permits, but they are unfortunately not ranking. But you would like to put up those URLs as well, the content in those URLs as well as a background research data, so that when it's fed to AI takes into consideration that information as well to write the content in a new way altogether. So try to put up all those URLs here that you think have really good content. Doesn't matter if it's your competitors or not. Try to put up all those URLs because that is going to a solid background research, bank. So you can add up to 100 at a time and just click on add URLs, and all those URLs will be added to background research data at the bottom here. Similarly, let's say there are a couple of URLs which are not really good, which does not have factual data, but unfortunately they are in the top 20 ranking pages. And if you would like to remove them, what you can do is simply click on this icon, and that particular domain will be removed from entire background research. The content will be removed from the entire background research. So this way you can customize your background research and automate it in a way which will help you to generate even more superior quality of output. So let's quickly go ahead, and now you will see there are two steps here: write yourself and first draft. If you click on write yourself, that will directly take you to the editor where you will see all your outlines, and you can start writing all by yourself if you want to. But we also have prompt facility. So let's say if you want to write content using prompt, you add a greater than sign and simply write the prompt. So write an introduction on uh, electrical electrical permits and inspections, right? The answer should be not more than, let's say, 120 words. The tone of writing should be, let's say, friendly and witty. You can be a little creative with your writing tone, and that is very important because I see most of the people use professional, casual, informational, transactional, such kind of tone of writing. That's not bad, but that is something that everyone is doing. Try to be a little different with your tone and still make sure that you are, matching your use case as well. So let's say if you're writing something technical, you can write technical. You can write a tone of writing should be expert and easy to understand, and this is going to do some wonders for you. Will prompt writing look for the background URL too? Yes, absolutely, Eddie. It will. So you can do this here, and then simply to generate the content, you can click on run prompt, and it will go into SERP again and collect information, and it will write the content for you. Here you go. So if you see, the tone of writing was friendly and witty, and look how it has written content for you. Ready to tackle the electrifying project? Hold on to your hard heads. Because before we amp up, it's crucial to talk permits and inspections. Navigating the electrified labyrinth of regulation isn't just about keeping the buzz like at hill at bay. So it's trying to be little different, little witty and friendly at a time. So this is something, make sure, and this is going to help you to generate really good content. right? Now let's go back. This is something which is going to take time. So let's remove this. And yes, Eddie, you can see the URLs as well here. So you know exactly from where the content has been researched. You know what is the source. So you know that the content generated is going to be trustworthy as well. Now let's go back to our second step that was outlined. And now we click on first draft rather than write yourself. So I'm sure most of you would be interested in first draft. Let's go there. Now we are on the third step of the workflow, that is writing tools. And let's look into our presentation again. Custom AI output. Now let's talk about in detail. So before I start explaining this particular piece of function and a tip which will help you, I would like to tell you something here is that providing providing superior quality output using advanced AI is no big deal in today's world now. As you know that everyone is using AI and it's going to get advanced every day. Like if some tool or maybe any tool in the market says that we are writing very good content with AI, we are doing this with AI, we are doing that with AI. At the end of the day, it's AI and everyone is using it. We need to accept this fact hard and straightforward onto our minds. Because, as I said, everyone is going to use AI to generate content. And everyone is going to use different methods to generate content. And sometimes it's going to be garbage, sometimes it's going to be very good. Given, that's great. But where is the challenge? Creating quality content with AI has become common, but styling AI generated output remains a significant challenge. So, people are, if you are using, let's say, Chat GPT or any other prompt related tool, you have to write a prompt. You have to make sure that your prompt is apt and is has everything that you want your AI to generate the content. But again, you are not styling your content in a superior manner, which is saving you time. Also, is generating prompts all by itself at the back end the way you want. So, as I said, output remains but styling AI generated output remains a significant challenge. So, how we overcome this challenge? So we are on the writing tool step, and here Outranking provides a method wherein you can add your own template of style guide, like what should be the tone of writing, what should be the voice, how to use verbs, how to write comparison type sections, how to write FAQs, how to write about best products, things, or plays, how to answer all of the sections, and additional details to include. So you can create your own style guide and you can select every time you want to generate content using a particular style guide. But let's say you don't want to do that. You simply want to update some parameters and give it to AI, command it to AI so that AI can quickly generate content as per your requirement. So what you can do is, let's say tone. So as I said, try to be little specific with the tone. Like don't be very specific and don't be very generic as well. So try to be little different, and that is going to generate some really good content for you. So let's say I'm just using something random here. Let's say friendly and BT, but let's say if you're using professional, you can add up something in a creative manner which is going to help. So you can say professional and BT, or you can say professional and friendly. Sometimes professional is being too professional, and people feel like they are just reading something so something in a way of they are reading a newspaper, and that's not interesting enough. So try to be a little specific, and that is going to do wonders for you. So in this case, I'm using friendly and witty. For example, you can change the voice, you can use how to use verbs, how to write comparison types. You can change all of this here. How to write FAQs. It says 350 characters or less, answering straight to the point, very briefly. If you want to add something here, you can add it. So let's say try to add statistics in the answer if possible. I'm just trying to show you something random. Or you can say try to give an example in the answer, or you can be little specific and it will generate something for you which is going to be out of the box. How to answer all of the sections. It says concisely with fewer and shorter sentences broken down into small passages, lists, or tables wherever possible. Now you can change this. Let's say if you want to generate content which is in depth or which is of too many words, you can remove this and you can write detailed information broken down into small passages, and it will write more information for you. And now, before you generate a first draft, click on options here and make sure there's a check mark on both the options: generate optimized first draft, generate originality suggestions. So the first one, if you there is a check mark on the first one, it is going to generate an already optimized draft for you, which is at least 70% done. Excuse me. And the second one is generate originality suggestion, is something which I'll be talking as per my presentation, which is the next factor which you should consider, which is most important. So let's quickly go ahead and click on generate first draft. And now Outranking will start creating content for you step by step for all the outlines that you have right in front of you. And here you go. So meanwhile, this is writing. Please tell me if you have any questions. You can, ask me to unmute, or you can just write your question in chat, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with every question that you have. Meanwhile, it's writing. So yeah, you can ask me any questions if you have in chat. Thanks, Ray. Any questions, guys? Thank you so much, Ray. Let me know if you need this piece of content. I can just share it with your email ID, and I'll definitely do that. Any questions, guys? Anything that you would like to talk about till the process that I've shown you here? Anything that you would like to talk about? Look in the content the way it writes for you. So if you see, the way it tries charging ahead with your DIY dreams of bringing an electrician into the picture, either way, jumping into the permitting vortex is easier than you would think. And now it's all online. Save yourself a stamp and a trip. Just create an account on local permit portal. So it's trying to be a little witty as well wherever it's possible. And almost under every H2 H3 you will see this brackets, and this is something that only outranking does, and it helps you to gain some brownie points on originality and get you some ideas what additional you can do to the content. Yes, Eddie, we have made enhancements to generate prompts. I will just show you that once we are done with this. So yes, uh, I will show you it. It's under writing tools where there are two options. There is first draft and there is generate prompts. And we have made some significant changes to generate prompts as well. So I will come to that. Let's look into this first, and yeah. So here we go. Now let's look into our presentation. So as I said, everyone is going to generate content using AI in a way or the other. But how you can be different from all of that, still using AI and getting some brownie points by cracking the EEAT code of Google. How are you going to do that? So with this function that Outranking has, and that is called originality suggestions, you can show off your expertise, experience, and trustworthiness with the content that you are writing, uh, you know, uh, within few minutes. And how you can do that? So okay, let me show you practically. So when we were on the writing tools, we clicked on generate originality suggestions, and that is aligned with EEAT algorithm of Google. And how outranking helps you to do that. So everywhere you will see that these brackets here are one of the way outranking is telling you try to implement this here all by yourself, all by human touch, all by human perspective and idea, and that is going to get you some brownie points on originality and uniqueness of content. So if you see, and they are going to be very much in context with your heading overview of permitting process. Insert a screenshot example of a completed application form. And these are some suggestions that I was talking about that outranking is telling you to add. Just hold on. Yeah. Include a downloadable checklist or infographic outlining the steps in the permit application process for visual guidance. Add a section with frequently asked questions to address commonly concerned and clarify aspects of permitting process. Integrate a short explainer GIF or a video clip that demonstrates the transition from application to obtaining the permit to enhance understanding. So it's telling you try to implement any of the suggestions all by yourself, all by the human touch, by human editing, and that is going to do wonders for you. This is going to give you extra leverage. And this is going to add originality and uniqueness to your content. See, it's very easy to do this using AI. Outranking could have easily done this, but we don't want to do that. We want you to do that all by yourself by just implementing any of the suggestions that make sense to you. You don't have to implement all the suggestions, but just implement one or maybe two, or just don't implement any of it if they don't match your context. But try to implement this, and this is definitely going to help you out with better uniqueness of your content. So as I said, like everyone is going to write using AI, but how you write your content, how you provide additional information, that is going to be the leverage point where you get the brownie points and good ranking. And if you see the suggestions that are coming up here, they are very much in sync with expertise, experience, and trustworthiness. So it will tell you to add a testimonial. It will tell you to add, let's say, for example, quotes or advice from licensed electricians, insert statistics. So what all these things suggest, like, adding a quote from a licensed electrician or giving a testimonial or adding statistics, downloadable checklist, graphic PDF or whatever. All the suggestions are in align with, it shows that it's aligned with EEAT in a way wherein you have the experience. That's why you are adding codes and you are adding stats or downloadable checklist. You have expertise, and that's why you're adding certain things. And trustworthiness comes in wherein you are adding testimonial or putting up a name of a well-known person who talks about something of this topic. And that's all the suggestion is all about, right? Like, and that is aligned with expertise, experience, and trustworthiness, which shows if you implement any of this suggestion. So this is about something that I was talking about with originality suggestions. And now we are on the fourth step of the workflow, and that is optimize. Let's look into our presentation again. All right, so we are on the last step here, and let me take quickly with this fourth step here, that is optimize. So here are all the SEO elements that you need to optimize one by one, or you can use automatic optimization as well. Everything which has green dot is already well SEO optimized, while wherever you see a red dot means that there is still some scope of improvement. You can also see a yellow dot somewhere which says that you are good to go, but there is still some scope of improvement further. So you can change that. Like, don't force yourself to change everything to green dot. Even if somewhere it's yellow, that's fine. Just don't be in red. So that is something important. And as you can see, with the first step that we have generated, we are already on SEO score of 63, while the target is 71 plus. See, when I say 71 target, that is the minimum, like, that needs to be achieved anyhow. But you can go, if you, optimize most of the things, you can go up to 85, 90, 95 as well. Now let's talk about word count. It says decrease by at least 685 words. Now, when you remove all the suggestions and just implement the one which are required, the word count will automatically go down as well. So this is fine. Moving on to title, description, heading, all of them are good. Let's look into it. Here, the target is 4 keywords. You're targeting 8. Description, here is your title. Here is your description. And the description needs to have 1 keyword from this, and you have 3, so that's good as well. Headings, you have 14 headings. Requirement is 3 to 10. And these are all the keywords that you can add in your headings. The one with the green tick mark, you're already added it. The one which you're not added, if you want to add somewhere, you can, simply click on this particular magic wand and it will rewrite a heading for you which adds the keyword in it. Here you go, right? So this way you can add certain keywords by, using this facility, or you can simply add it up manually as well by just editing the content and adding the right keyword. Now you can regenerate AI suggestions as well if you want to. Now moving on to common terms, as you can see, the common term is red. Like the target is at least adding 80% common terms, while we have 43 only. And outranking will tell you exactly how many times you're using a certain keyword, which says U9, and the typical use as well. So you have to be in this range. Don't go way too overboard again. Like if you click here, electrical permit, it will tell you exactly, it will highlight for you where you are using it. So if in case if you want to remove, you can easily remove it. So let's say for inspection, you have used it 32 times, while the requirement is 1 to 24 only. Try to reduce this word. Click here, and it will highlight it for you where you are using it, right? So remove it from wherever it is possible, and this way you are going to. So let's say I just remove it from here. Let's refresh the SEO score. Now you see it's 31. So try to remove it from wherever it's possible, and that is going to help you as well. Now let's say if you want to add contractor somewhere, because the range is 1 to 14, 7 of your competitors are using it in their content. If you want to use add contractor somewhere, you can click on this magic pen. It will rewrite a passage from your content, which will add that keyword in it. Or you can do it manually as well by just adding the keyword here, like by manually doing it, and refresh the SEO score. Now you see you added a contractor one time. Or you can look into the AI suggested rewrite return passage. So this is the passage. It will highlight for you. And this is a rewritten one which adds the keyword contractor in it. Here you go. You can click on accept and the content is replaced. And now you are targeting that particular keyword as well. So this is something that you can do and add more keywords. Moving on to originality. So this is something that I was talking about earlier. Like you can see the entire competitive analysis of your competitors along with what is the uniqueness originality score on the content of your competitors. And you can see the target is 12%, that is average, and the highest is 25%, which is ranking on the eighth rank. The first rank has around 14%, and this one is yours. So yours says 22. Why? Because these are the suggestions that has come up here, and if you implement any of the suggestions anywhere, wherever it's possible, your current originality score will be around 22%. So try to implement this because this is definitely going to help you out. And you can explore more by get some more suggestions by clicking on explore. But if they already outranking has already generated suggestion, it will not generate again for you. And moving on to images, it says try to add 1 or 2 images, and you have 0. You can click on this image icon, and you can add the image from here. And these are the top 10 pages with number of images they have, like your competitors. You can click here and see what sort of images they are using. Also, one more important thing that I would like to tell you here is don't try to add images which are created by AI, because Google now does penalize those images. As you know that, I can create manipulative images using AI. Like I can create an image of Barack Obama wearing a swimsuit. And that is something manipulative, right? And that is why Google is not encouraging images. Rather, I would say add real screenshots or add images created by you using Canva or any other tool or Photoshop or anything. That is definitely going to help you, but not images created using AI. Right? So moving on to internal links, you can add your sitemap here, and that is going to, you can also add your sitemap in the settings, so you don't have to add it up again and again. And that is going to help you to get some, suggestions that which internal link from your own domain you can add up to which particular word. So if you want to add manually an internal link, you can select a word and give the internal link. Click here and just add the link and click on the arrow, and that is going to add the link here. But this facility is going to add, like it is going to suggest you that which are the links. It will crawl all your pages from your domain, and it will suggest you which URL which will go on this particular content on this particular anchor text keyword. So this is something that you can do. Moving on to external links, it says target is 2+. So try to add at least 2 external links from different pages to you, from different domains to your content. So this is very important because this shows that you are not insecure about your content and you're trying to give more and more value to your users. and Google does recognize and appreciate that. So try to add links from different domains to your domain, your content, and give more value to your users. Moving on to videos, it says opportunity. So that means that none of your competitors have video on their content. So if you're adding a video, you have state leverage and you have some brownie points wherein you are the only one who has video and none of the top 20 competitors have video on their content. So try to add up a video. Even if you add a embedded YouTube video, that's fine. Moving on to list items, so it says like 14 is a target. Like try to add content in the form of numbers, bullet pointers, and that is going to help users to read the content. So yeah, put it up in a list item form. You can also use prompt to read out the content in the form of bullet pointers. So let's say I had a greater than sign. I say rewrite the content in rewrite okay the content in bullet points format, and then I put up everything into inverted semicolons and commas, and yeah, I'll click on run prompt. Just hold on meanwhile it does the work for you. Usually it doesn't take this much of time, but maybe sometime it might take. Ray, absolutely. We have API for WordPress. So if you're using WordPress, you will be in for a treat. I will show that up as well. So here you go. It generated a lot of bullet pointers, and that's why it took time. So you can, make a creative prompt and be specific, like you only want this many pointers, bullet pointers, and it's going to limit it to that level only. So this is one thing that you can do. Let's go back to optimize tab and tables. Again, says opportunity. So try to add a table in your content. You can add a manual table using this facility here. And this is going to add table, and then you can add the content in it. Or you can also use a prompt to generate a table. So let's say, for example, you can also create a library of prompts this way. So it is not related to this particular topic, but yeah, write a score for using organic essential oils for the skin based on variety, cost, benefits, and effectiveness out of 5. Write the details in the form of a table with 2 columns separated by a line. Now you click on run prompt, it will literally generate a table for you as well. Here you go, right? And it did wrote some information as well on all the aspects that we covered. So that's great. Okay. So let's go back here and let's look into the table now. And we will see that we have added one table. It has turned into green now. And we have one table here. Moving on to statistics. So it means that try to add facts, figures, and numbers in your content. Target is 15 plus, and you have 37 facts and figures already. And these are some facts and figures from your competitors' content. So you can get an idea what sort of stats they are adding and get some ideas on the basis of that. And lastly, there is a plagiarism scanner as well, which you can run once you have edited the entire content and once you are ready to publish it. Just before that, you start the plagiarism scanner and it will give you a plagiarism score. Anything below 8 is fine, 8% is fine. And with outranking AI, it's not going to be above 3 or 4. So that's great anyway. But yeah, in maybe a rare case, if it's little above and if you want to fix it, there is an option fix with AI and it will literally fix all the plagiarized content on your editor. I'm not running this right now because this will almost take 10 minutes of our webinar. So I'm not running it right now. And yeah, once you're done with that, you can move on to the last tab, that is publish. And here you can download all the images in zip file, markdown version, clean HTML version, WordPress plugin. So yeah, I was talking about WordPress plugin here. Ray, are you using WordPress or anyone who is using WordPress? what you can do is there's an API key available in your settings. Like you can copy that and just paste it in Outranking's plugin of WordPress. Install the plugin and just copy paste the link there. We use React. Okay, so we do not have a link for React, but there are a couple of ways wherein you can do things very quickly. But yeah, just talking about WordPress, so you can integrate it by API key, which is available in the settings. And on one click, you can import the content, or you can create the draft pages as well as the published pages as well. Uh, Great, Eddie. Perfect. So moving on to docs. So you can download a doc file as well. You can copy all content. So this is for you, Ray, wherein you can click on copy all content. That will literally copy everything, like all the tags, all the video, images, everything. And then you can just simply paste it in other editor that you're using to publish the content. All in zip will download everything mentioned above. And we have Google Doc integration as well. So if you want to generate a Google Doc, you can simply click on this icon and it will generate a Google Doc file for you right away. Also, you can share this content with your team by just clicking on share it with team and give rights to your team for edit or view, and then simply share it and they will have access to this content piece as well. So that's about it. Any questions? Also, there is a small table of content here, like a lot of people miss it out. So you can click here and you can see all the headings together and just click wherever you want to go directly and it will take you there, right? So this is something someone might miss it out. So I'm just showing you again. So that's about it, guys. So we are done with the presentation. And any questions or anything that you have in mind that you would like to talk about? Any questions?